am single. I can say that because she's not in the room. No, I'm kidding. I've never actually cheated in my life. I'm dating somebody new now. I got out of a 4-year relationship a couple of weeks ago, and I jumped right back on that miserable horse and learned my lesson. I was dating an alcoholic, and it's tough dating an alcoholic because the sex is good up until they pass out. Then the sex is amazing. As soon as she stops judging you, that's when it gets good. It's like, yes, it's free. And I'm dating online now. I tried dating online, and this sucks. I'm dating on OkCupid. If you've heard of OkCupid, it's the free online dating service, which is why it's called OkCupid and not Amazing Cupid or Phenomenal Cupid. Because when you're on the date, you end up saying to yourself, "Okay, Cupid." That's what ends up happening. I think online dates are way more disappointing than blind dates. Because a blind date, you don't know what you're going to get. And you're just happy to be on a date with something that's alive. You know what I mean? You're like, thank God there's another living being standing next to me. You guys might fuck corpses. I don't know. That was a strange response. She looked at me, she's like, yes. Glad you're alive, man at the other end of the table. Oh, that is salad. Interesting dating choices over here. Much less disappointing. That's the thing. Because when you're on an online date, you get to know what isn't going to show up before. You know what I mean? Like I know what I look like. I'm well aware that I resemble that guy, that Italian dude, you know, with the monkey and the accordion. You know what I mean? Like I know I look like him. So I'll let you know that that's what you're gonna get on the date. You're gonna get monkey accordion Italian guy, and then I show up. I went on a date with this girl once, and she told me on the date, she said, "Now listen, my picture is a little different than me now." I was like, "Okay, how am I going to know it's you?" She said, "Don't worry, you'll know it's me." And I did, because the water in my glass started to ripple, like that scene from Jurassic Park, you know, when the T-Rex got out, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was in the restaurant, like, what the fuck is going on? And then this thing shows up. I didn't know whether or not to say hello or toss a live salmon into her mouth. I thought she was going to pick me up and be like, "I want to pet him and squeeze him and call him George. My very own comedian." So be careful when you date. I figured my problem out when it comes to dating. I know my problem. I always end up dating Jewish girls. My last 5 girlfriends have all been Jewish. But I'm not Jewish, I'm Italian. But the reason I date Jews, Italian? What the fuck just happened? I have no idea what just happened. I'm Italian, but the reason I date Jews is I've learned I'm not a very good-looking Italian, but I'm a really sexy Israeli guy. So I fuck Jews, you know what I mean? I found my niche. I love how you guys are clapping for me being ugly as one race. It's okay. I'll take it as a compliment. And it works for everybody. Like, you might be really hot as another race and not even know it. You're going to be looking in the mirror when you get home tonight like, "Oh my God, I'm an amazing looking Ecuadorian. I had no idea. This is so wild. This is unbelievable." Or Russian, yes, you could be Serbian. Go with Serbian. When in doubt, go with Serbian. Most people don't know where Serbia is. You gotta brag less if you want to be a successful dater. Like, ladies, you got it down. Women don't brag. You guys are great at keeping secrets. Like, if you sleep with an ugly dude, you will die with that information. You will. Like, it will go inside your vagina balls and never see the light of day again, and that's it. It's done. You will take that to the deathbed, and you'll be last breath. I fucked Frank. We will brag about anything to anybody. That's the way men work. Perfect example. I'm hanging out at the bar with my buddies the other night, and we're having that virginity conversation. And we're all throwing our numbers out. I'm chiming in like, "Yeah, man, I was 17 when I lost my virginity. My other friend rolls up, he's like, big shot. He's like, yo, I was 15. I was like, all right, cool. Third friend rolls up, schools us both. He's like, man, screw you both. I was 11. You're 11? Exactly. Like, dude, you didn't lose your virginity. You were molested. Is that what your uncle told you? You should probably stop bragging about that at the bar. Put that in the vagina vault. Do not expose that again. It is very weird dating in New York. You have to holler at people. That's what you gotta do. You gotta yell at women on the street. I'm not good at that. You've been yelled at in the street, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. You're walking the street, oh, what's up, girl? You looking beautiful, princess. Right? So sweet and soft. Let me get your number, boo. Then it gets really quiet for 3 or 4 seconds. And then you hear, well, screw you then! We're in a library. Chill. Relax. So I had a prank pulled on me a couple of weeks ago, and if any of you guys are those types of dudes that play pranks on each other, like these two strapping young guys over here, you can use this. If he passes out first tonight and you don't feel like drawing dicks on his face, you can do this instead, because it still involves dicks. And that's always a good go-to prank when your buddy might have alcohol poisoning and he's hanging over the toilet. Instead of calling 911, play a prank on him. So I'm hanging out at my house a couple of weeks ago, and I get a message on my phone from a random number I don't recognize, and it says, "I hear you're single, let's hook up." Figure, okay, must be a wrong phone number, yeah. All of a sudden, my phone started ringing off the hook, blowing up. Apparently, one of my friends had taken all of my contact info and they posted it on the casual encounters section of Craigslist. Yeah, the gay casual encounters section of Craigslist. With instructions for them to send pictures of their junk directly to my cell phone number. I had 400 messages in my phone, all of them dicks, every single one of them. Like, and I didn't even know it was a prank. I called up T-Mobile. I was like, yeah, I think my phone is gay. And this guy, he was still trying to troubleshoot it. You know what I mean? He's like, are the penises happening all of the time or some of the time? I'm like, they're happening right now. I was like, what, did the woman working the switchboard plug my wire into a glory hole? Why the fuck is this happening? Like, I learned a good lesson from this prank. I learned a really good lesson. My dick, not as big as I thought it was. Every point of view, I was like, wow, holy shit, that is fucking unbelievable. It got so bad, I couldn't use my phone for a week. I called the cops. I filed a harassment report, and they just laughed at me. They were like, we're not helping you. We have terrorists to deal with. I'm like, no, I'm being terrorized. Help. If I was a cop, I would mess with me. I would totally mess with me. I would call me up like 3 days later and be like, Mr. Iacono, we traced the origin of the penises.